Now I'll tell you a very curious fact about this book. The idea was conceived on the 4th of April 2024, which is a 444. And I don't believe in accidents, I believe in synchronicities, because this book speaks about 4 personalities represented by the word luck, which is a 4-letter word, represented by 4 animals, and they're linked to the 4 cardinal directions and 4 card suites and 4 phases of the moon and 4 elements and 4 supervillains and 4 superheroes and a lot of other 4s. I can't even remember all of them right now, but they're all in the book. And then this book was born out of a bad situation. And Napoleon Hill says that in the midst of adversity, there is the seed of an equal or greater benefit. And trust me, it didn't look like that at the time. So let me tell you the story. I was at the airport, and I always go to the airport way earlier than I need to. Like minimum of 3 hours, but sometimes I've stayed there for 12 hours. On one occasion, I sat at the airport for 18 hours because I didn't want to miss the event. I wanted to be sure I'll be there on time, and I just wanted to prevent if something happens on the road and I need to go back to the airport. I just wanted to be 100% sure I'll be there on time. So you understand who I am as a person. I always want to catch my plane. But here is what happens. I'm about to board, and suddenly my both phones start playing up. I can't log in, I can't open my accounts, both phones, and I'm thinking I've been hacked. And obviously I'm not worried about the physical value of the phones, but I'm worried about all the information that it's there, which is contacts, photographs, and everything else that you can imagine. You have a whole life of a person in a phone. So I panicked, and suddenly I was like in a bubble of a different dimension. I lost completely track of time. Was it for 2 minutes or for 20 minutes? I have no idea. And then suddenly, exactly like instantly the phones started playing up, instantly they went back to normal. And my bubble of illusion broke. And then suddenly I noticed the gate closing right in front of my eyes. I begged the airport staff to let me go. I begged them to speak with their management. I said, you see, the bus is just there. It's not too late. I can catch it. It's like 3 meters away from me. Please let me go. I'm going to a very important event. I need to meet very important people. No, they didn't let me go. So I had no choice but to buy a very expensive ticket for the next flight and to be stuck at the airport for hours waiting for the next flight. So obviously I was very angry and upset and annoyed with myself. So I'm sitting there sipping my coffee, and then suddenly a fleeting idea. It was so gentle, so quiet. I would have never noticed this idea if I was on the busy road, or if I was doing something, or even if I was on the airplane. I would have been busy thinking other things. But because I was stuck at the airport and I had nothing else to do but to think some stupid ideas and be annoyed with myself, so that's why in the quietness of the moment I was able to notice this idea. And it was the idea that there are 4 cardinal directions and 4 card suites and 4 blood types and 4 phases of the moon, and like everything in life is in force. It was strange. I noticed it, but I was so angry and upset with myself, and I just wanted to give myself to these emotions, negative emotions. So I did what I do in such moments. I send myself a text message so that I can read it and think about it later. And then I went back into my melodramatic mood. Anyway, there was another little tiny idea that nothing happens by accident and everything happens for my greatest good. But I didn't believe it at the time, obviously. So I forgot about the idea for 6 months, for whole 6 months. And then I was invited to speak at the World Prosperous Summit. I was so honored because there were amazing presenters there. One of them was Les Brown, #1 motivational speaker in the world. And then Jack Canfield, the man who sold 600 million of the chicken soup for the soul. And then Joe Vitale, president of Napoleon Hill Institute, was the other speaker. And the other one was John Assaraf and Marie Diamond, amazing people. From the movie The Secret and etc. And I was presenting amongst them and I was so exhilarated. I was so happy. The presentation was flying. And after the presentation, I just thought, I really want to give my life to this. That's what I really, really, really want to do. But where do I start? What is the next step? So what did I do? I went to the local cafe. And at the local cafe, they always give you a fortune cookie with the cafe. And I love it, not because it predicts the future, that's silly. No, but it always says something nice. And it just cheers me up, and I love it. So with the coffee, my fortune cookie said one word. Luck. Instantly, the message from the airport, I recollected it. Instantly, it was like a light bolt. I knew there is something here, luck and the message from the airport, and I just ran back home and instantly the idea of the book was born. Literally in like 5 minutes, everything came to life. And obviously it took me a long time to write it and a whole year to finalize the book, but the idea was born instantly like a light bolt. So now you know the story. It's special, it's unique, it's 100% authentic. Like there is not one word copied from anywhere else. It's 100% idea that came to me on the 4th of 4th, but then the second completion of the idea. So it was like conceived on the 4th of April 2024, but it was born the day when I had the fortune cookie saying luck. And nothing in life is accidental. Please remember that. You are being led to your purpose. You are being led to a better destiny. You think you are creating it, but actually, well, it's your higher self, I guess, creating your reality, but you are being led by your higher self. And it's not the physical person that is creating your reality. It's your physical person trusting your spiritual person. Nothing in life is accidental. Everything is leading you. And even in the worst situation, because I was so annoyed and upset and angry with myself for missing. That's why I told you I always go to the airport so early. I told you that so that you can understand how careful I am. But this time, see, something happens that takes you out of your ordinary, so that you can receive something extraordinary. So remember that next time when you're in a bad situation, find the benefit, because it's always equal or greater benefit than the worst, the bad thing you're experiencing.